What I'm going to make today is an egg cooker. Put your egg in it, hold it out over the fire, cook it like that. Made using the cut off remnants from a 6-inch hole saw, so it's not quite a 6-inch diameter. The hole is 6 inches, but not what is left. Probably lose 1/8 of an inch, I'd guess. So it's probably 5 7/8. I made 2 of these. The first one I had a hole saw that was a 4-inch hole saw. I tried making one with that. It's really not near big enough. This could be made into a soup ladle just fine. So that was the first attempt. And like I said, I made this one. And I made the handle a little bit longer on this one. This was a piece of 1 inch by 1/4, about 12 inches long, real close to it, and I drawed this out. I just drew it out square, put a double twist in it. So let's get about making it. Going to start out by cutting the disc. I've got a 4-inch hole saw in here, not using the center bit. I've got my drill press slowed down as far as it'll go. It seems to me like it's 250. Yeah, 250 RPMs, which is not slow enough, but it's as slow as I can go. Day 2. I did a little pre-research, which I should have done, I agree, beforehand. And although a 4-inch may work, it's not near as big as it should be. So I went to town today and I got me a 6-inch hole saw, and we'll start there. I evidently neglected to hit the record button yesterday when I was doing this, talking about the advantages of having a C-clamp that you could put in your vise to help hold parts just like this. That pretty much does that one. Now for a little preventive maintenance, this right here does 2 things. Number 1, a little chalk on your file helps it prevent clogging from metal shavings. Does not affect the file's capabilities. And number 2, I think it helps in this damp old barn out here to cut down on condensation forming on my file to make it rust. That's just some sidewalk chalk that I bought at the local dollar store. I'm saving the pink for special occasions. Doing a little double camera action here this morning. I have my remote microphone on, plugged into my GoPro. I have my Sony cam that's about wore out, zoomed in on my South Fork Craftsman swedge block. Of course, you guys that are watching in the GoPro get to smell smoke. I myself think it smells good. I think they should make an aftershave out of it. Just my thoughts. My lovely wife does not share my thoughts there. I might try that rounding hammer for a second on this. That's not so bad shape-wise. That just may be my new go-to for that portion of the swedge block. That's forming out real nicely. I think I'll use a different material this time. I'll see if I can find some suitable stock. So I'll be back in a minute. And I found some 1/4x1 that I think will do just fine. Well, let's start by rounding that off just a little bit. And we'll slit punch a hole if we can. And it almost came out. Did that time. We've got a hole. And we'll offset that, or upset that hole a little bit, widen it out. And we'll work on drifting it. Actually, it's better off if it's pointed the other way. Just throw that down there anywhere. Just like that. That's about the end of the holes on my bolster plate. That's okay. I have a pretty good size pritchett hole in this end. That's about as big as I want to go anyway. Right there. We'll work that over the horn a little bit and even it up. Knock my shovel off. I put these, I like these style of handles on my forge tools. I don't know if you can see that from over there or not. Let's get this camera around here. With that handle sticking like that, you can catch that on the edge like that, and it's not sitting up here in the way, but it's real handy right there. Yeah, we'll start working on getting that round. Not only circular, but Also take the edges off. Well, I'm actually fairly happy with that, just the way it is. You know, I might put a little bit of a cup in that handle, since I can. Let's just try that anyway. Bring you over here. I think, though, glad you guys reminded me of that. Probably should draw down the part of that handle that's not going to be where your hand's at. So it's back to the anvil. Glad you guys reminded me of that I should do that first. And let's go out about right to there. Well, this is kind of boring watching me draw this out. So I think I have most of the drawing out done. So now, before I go too much farther, see, drawn out into a pretty long handle. I think it'll be just fine. The chief cook seemed to want a longer handle anyway, so I just went ahead and drew out that whole piece. Now, since everything in life needs a little twist, we'll put a double twist on the end of that, out towards the dish end. And that worked out pretty good. Nice double twist. Now I think I'll work on rounding off those corners where the twist ain't. That'll probably do right there. If I have to, I can file on it a little bit. Now let's see about cupping that out. Well, I don't know if my battery's out or just full of memory card. That GoPro doesn't have a lot of memory card in it, because all it used to do was get me back and forth to work. And it needs more curve. A little bit more than that wouldn't hurt. Well, we'll roll it over and use that one right there. It's about the right angle of the dangle for that ball peen. Yep, that GoPro is full up. Now this one won't have to be angled as much as the other one that I made. It's going to be a ladle. However, the chief cook did want it to lay a little bit more flat. That's a little bit too much, but by golly, it's real close. Got the shape pretty close too. That is pretty daggone close. So we'll get out the center punch. And it doesn't matter to the bowl where I punch that at, so we'll punch it right there. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and center punch. The other hole. I drilled the 2 holes in the handle. Need to take a file for that one. I'm just using a couple small nails here for rivets. So I'm going to take that, hold it right there, take my soapstone, kind of scratch it around there, kind of make a nice little dot right where I want to drill that. Well, not sure if I can get the rest of this done, this camera or not. There it is. Just needs cleaned up. Got the pan riveted on. Wire brushed the handle real good. Seems to fit just fine. Clean it up a little bit. See if it'll cook an egg. So here it is completed. One genuine egg cooker. I put some, what did I put on there? Olive oil, I guess it was. Put some cooking oil. How about that? I put some cooking oil on it. Cooked it in the, over the fire in the fireplace. Seasoned it. So we've got the handle all shaped. Get a closer up view there. Well, this is the first one that I made with the 4-inch hole saw. It's cut that a little bit deeper. Like I said, this would, I can change this and make it into a soup ladle, easy enough. angle the handle up a little bit straighter, put a little curve on the end so that it forms to the, and it could be used like that as far as that goes. But that's that. We're all done.